Hello Mama She! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jill. I'm Jill and welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching and for coming over and listening to my blabber today. A lot of my friends and relatives call me Bona. So if you're a friend or a relative, thank you. Hi! Thank you for watching. And salamat naman at napadpad kayo sa channel ko. Medyo important naman ito pag-uusapan natin today. Well, for those people who are interested in homeschooling at least, or if you're just curious about it, I invite you to listen to what I have learned so far. So, recently kasi, nagkaroon ng Flavors of Homeschooling, Sit and Tell edition. So, it's basically a room with different providers and different people who are practicing different homeschooling methods. So, marami akong natutunan. So, first of all, pag-usapan natin yung the things that I know beforehand. So, one of the things I know is that there are methods. Familiar ako dun sa mga Charlotte Mason approach, ganyan. Oh, sino si Charlotte Mason? So, hindi ko siya kilala personally, pero alam ko meron siyang approach for learning. And you also have the Waldorf approach, you have the literature approach, you have the history approach. Keme. And the next thing that I know is that there are providers. So, yung mga providers, ito yung mga school. Parang, as far as I understood it, these are schools that offer a homeschooling curriculum so that you have kind of like a guideline and you know what to shoot for towards the end of the school year. And then they give you tests or exams to administer to your child so that you know where your child stands based on, you know, the standards set by the Department of Education. The third thing that I know about it is that parents like it because a lot of parents that I know from church or from our Bible study group are encouraging us to look at the homeschooling option for Vero, which is, you know, something that we are really very interested about. So, I know that parents like it, but do the kids like it? So, syempre, ang lola mo, mega interview sa mga child link. So, ayun nga. So, I asked some kids and asked them whether they like it, how they find it so far, and if they would like to choose, or if they would ever choose to go to a traditional school. And a lot of these kids say that they like it a lot, they don't want to go to a traditional school, and a lot of them also seem to be very mature at how they answer this, as in ganito yung answer nila. Because when I look at the other kids that are homeschooled, and look at their achievements, they are very high achievers. Ganon, as in talagang evidence-based, ganon. So, which is kind of like, and that was an answer given to me by a 12-year-old. So, like, kind of, well, actually, medyo mature na yun in terms of, like, homeschooling people, but whatever. One of the things that I learned is that you can tailor fit or customize your homeschooling methods depending on what your child needs. Ibig sabihin, no matter how young or how old your child is, you are able to, you know, pwede mo siyang magtahi-tahiin and like customize something that will be appropriate for him or her and his interests. Ganon. The next thing that I learned is that independent homeschooling, if you are not aware of what independent homeschooling is, independent homeschooling means that you do not enroll your child to a provider in order to get a DepEd curriculum. In short, walang enrollment fee. I repeat, walang enrollment fee. Let that sink in. So, ganon. Merong ganon, independent homeschooling. Also, if you are taking the independent approach, one of the questions that you will encounter is that, paano yan? How will you, if the child wants to go to a traditional school for, like, for example, for high school, or if the child wants to go to college, paano siya i-assess kung hindi siya enrolled to anything, diba? So, the answer to that is that DepEd has assessment tests for basically out-of-school youths. So actually, yung mga independently homeschooled fall under this category. They are out of school youths because they are out of school. So, may ganong kemedor. So, they can take that test and they can get a diploma out of that test to be able to get to college if they decide to go to college. Next thing that I learned is the difference between a provider and a method. So, ano yung difference? Yun na nga. So, providers are basically, ayun nga, yung mga schools that are providing you with a homeschooling curriculum. And yung method naman is kind of like an approach to learning. So, having a provider does not mean that they will use the same, your preferred method for teaching or your preferred method for homeschooling. These are kind of like principles that run through your homeschooling method. However, there are also providers that provide their own method. So like for example, there are a lot of providers who give like yung mga literature-based or classical-based approaches or yung mga naka-base sa history, you know. I learned that the independent approach gives you more customization for homeschooling kasi nga, you are able to use different kinds of methods dahil hindi ka enrolled to any provider, or you can also enroll to a provider and use that method. Wait lang guys. Hello. So there's also one homeschooling method that has piqued my interest for quite a while now, and this is what they call unschooling. So unschooling is basically a method of independent homeschooling wherein you take your child out of any form of like curriculum or like schooling and just let go and let them learn what they want to learn based on their interests. And it's kind of scary because I was thinking, like, how is that different from kids who were not able to go to school because the parents were not able to afford education? It's different because you provide an environment, you provide an avenue for learning, you encourage learning. So, hindi mo siya papabayaan, di ba, per se. But, parang aalalayan mo siya based on kung ano yung mga trip niya sa buhay. Ganon. So yun, I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye! See you!